This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. It's Tuesday, which means we're doing a top 5 video, top 5 Tuesday. And the topic under discussion today is gear, equipment, guitar and music related kit. Stuff that I really wanted to own at one point or other, but never quite got round to actually possessing it. I've done videos like this in the past, but it's those videos have always been focusing on actual guitars, specific guitars that I wanted. Like I think in one video it was obviously the Peter Green, Gary Moore Les Paul, and Mark Knopfler's Strat or Schecter Strat that he played at Live Aid, and Francis Rossi's Green Telecaster, and that sort of thing. But this is not really a list today that's focusing on guitars. There is one guitar on the list, but we'll save that till last. No, this is more about just pieces of kit, effects and amps and stuff like that at some point I really wanted more than anything else in the world. So let's get started straight away with
Misa Boogie Mark IV Combo.
Yes indeed, the Misa Boogie Mark IV Combo. At the time this amp came out, I was gigging and I think I was using some Marshall twin channel valve combo, and I hadn't quite kind of got into the idea of using the guitar's volume control to control the clean and dirty aspect of the sound. And this twin channel combo, the problem was that the clean channel was too clean for doing kind of crunchy power chord stuff, so go to the dirty channel for that, and I've had that set for doing the crunchy power chord stuff, there wasn't enough gain on tap to do the big high gain solos. And I really wanted something with 3 channels where I could do clean, a little bit dirty, and then full on high gain. And this amp came out, and I remember reading all of the reviews about it in guitar magazines and so on, and everybody was saying what a fantastic amplifier it is, how fabulous the tones are, how versatile it is. And I really wanted one, and I just as they say, turned professional and become a full-time guitar teacher back in, I think it was 92 or thereabouts, and there were various grants available via the Prince's Trust and all sorts of stuff, and I tried my best to get my hands on some funds to get one of these, but sadly it never came to fruition. I did end up with a 3-channel combo not long after the Marshall 30th anniversary combo. Fantastic amp when it worked, which was, that damn thing used to get spend so much time in the repair shop, I might as well have given it pocket money. But anyway, that's the first one on the list, the Misa Boogie Mark IV Combo. Next,
Marshall MP1 Preamp. Yeah,
coming out of the same sort of period, really, the Marshall MP1 Preamp. I was determined I was going to have a big stereo rack system with this at the heart of it. And once again, I tried putting in for some grants for funding that were available for young start-up businesses to get my hands on one of these, and it never came to fruition. I did actually use one in a band I was in the early 90s, where we cut a demo in a local studio, and this was in there, and I thought, well, I'm not taking my I think what was I playing through then? I don't think I had the Marshall anniversary combo. It might have been a Marshall valve state. I thought, I'm not taking that if there's one of these in there to get me guitar tones out of. And what a piece of kit it was. Just recently I thought maybe I should get one of those. I bet they've come down a lot in price now. I bet they, because it's like 25, 30-year-old technology nearly. And I started hunting around on eBay for one, and no, they are not as cheap as I thought they were going to be. Fantastic sounding piece of kit, and this one is still on my wish list. I must admit, I'm still thinking about pulling the trigger on one of these. We'll see. But yeah, I really wanted one of these because I wanted that big sort of stereo effects rack kind of 80s thing, this was the 90s, but I was still kind of thinking in an 80s kind of way of thinking, and this was very definitely something that I lusted after back in the day. Next,
Boss ME5.
Now then, this was a bit of, I think this might have been the first time that you could get a programmable multi-effects unit. I had a bit of a pedal board at the time. What did I have on it? I had an original Boss CE1 chorus ensemble, the big green pedal thing that's, you know, kind of quite a big chunky piece of kit. I had an overdrive, I had the foot switch for my amp, I had a delay and a chorus and a flanger. And, you know, switching effects on and off for different parts of songs, it became a bit of a tap dancing routine. And just the idea that you could just hit one switch and have all of the necessary kind of effects turned on and off to go from the chorus part of the song into the solo and back again. You didn't have to do that kind of toe tapping, dancing kind of routine to turn different pedals on and off. It was such, it was witchcraft. It was wizardry that you could have a piece of kit that did this. I mean, we knew back in the 80s, I think this was 88, when this came out, we knew that you could get equipment that did this, but you had to have plenty of money to spend, and you had to be on good terms with people like Bob Bradshaw or Pete Cornish, who did all of the rigs for the great and the good, the Steve Lukather's and Eric Claptons of the world. But this was an affordable, accessible piece of kit that would do pretty much the same sort of thing. And I really, really wanted one of those back in, I think, 88 or 89. So yeah, add that one to the list. Next,
Roland VG8.
Yes, the Roland V guitar system, I think this is the VG8, works with one of those hexaphonic pickups that kind of sticks onto your guitar and can do all manner of wondrous things. I thought it was a bit of a gimmick, to be honest with you, when I first started hearing about it, but the fact that it could do not only kind of amp modelling, but also guitar modelling, you know, that you could make your Telecaster sound like a Les Paul and your Strat sound like a Rickenbacker and all of these other things here. Very much in the same sort of vein as the Line 6 Variacs, which I've tried, and, you know, I've talked about that in the past. The weird thing about the Variacs is that it'll sound like a Les Paul or a Strat or a Telecaster, in a lot of cases quite convincingly, but you don't get the feel of those guitars, which is a big part of what makes you play those guitars in a certain way, which contributes to the sound. But I didn't know any of that back then, and I really kind of wanted one of these after seeing a local band. If ever you get the chance to go and see these guys, I'm not sure if they're still on the go, but the Trevor Sewell band, 3-piece band, power trio, and they would do all kinds of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily associate with a power trio. I remember they did an absolutely barnstorming version of Charlie Daniels' band, Devil Went Down to Georgia, and Trevor Sewell, who used to be, I think, in a band called either the Rezillos or the Revillos, one of those two incarnations of that punk band back in the 70s. Anyway, he had one of these, and they did The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and all the fiddle parts he was playing, you know, on the guitar, but getting a fiddle sound courtesy of this unit here, and I was absolutely sold. You know, I definitely wanted one of these. Next,
1990s Fender Strat Ultra.
Yes, the only guitar on the list. Back in the mid-90s, I was an absolute Strataholic. I loved Stratocasters, though if it wasn't a Stratocaster, it wasn't even a proper guitar in my mind back then. And, you know, Fender were bringing out, you know, kind of, they had this whole kind of hierarchy of different types of Strats. There was the American Standard, then there was the Strat Plus Deluxe, and this one here, the Strat Ultra, was the top of the tree. You've got a beautiful kind of, I think is that flame maple veneer, that's the word I'm looking for, on the top there. You've got 4 Fender lace sensor pickups that can be combined in various different combinations to get all manner of different Stratty sounds, you know, kind of hot bridge humbucker, single coil, you know, and all the rest of it, you know. And of course they are they were the precursor of the current Fender noiseless pickups, those lace sensors. Great sounding pickups, by the way. A mate of mine chucked some into his Squire, and absolutely had a really fantastic guitar with that. But you also had like an ebony fretboard on this, a roller nut. By this time, I'd got over my fixation with wanting to have a guitar with a Floyd Rose on it, which which didn't really last much longer than actually having a guitar with a Floyd Rose on. Because as soon as I found out what a pain in the neck a Floyd Rose is, but I still wanted that kind of tuning stability from a kind of tremolo, because I was kind of into using a tremolo back then. And so this had the Fender kind of 2-point tremolo with a roller nut and locking machine heads and just the whole kind of checklist. The beautiful looking guitar, the pickups, the tuning stability and everything. And it was just it was the best Strat in the world, because it was the top of the Fender tree, and I loved Strats, so I very, very definitely wanted this one of these guitars, the Fender Strat Ultra from the 1990s. So there you go, folks. Those are all of the pieces of kit the top 5 pieces of kit that over the years I've really, really lusted after, but never quite got my hands on or managed to own, or maybe the desire to own it waned after a while. Let me know what you think of this list. Let me know what your list is. Think pieces of equipment, guitars, amps, pedals, pickups, whatever that you've really, really lusted after over the years but never quite got round to owning. And if you can be bothered, why you never got round to owning it, put that in the comment as well. But that is the video for today, folks. Hope you found it entertaining in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday 5 p.m. UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars. What's not to like about that? It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.